Hello, beautiful spirits. Okay, I just wanted to stop in for you guys to do a quick reading for the November Tarotscope. And I just want to start firstly by saying welcome. I'm going to be doing the Tarotscope to save on time because we are going to be pushed for time. I'm going to be doing the Tarotscope for the 4 tribes, so that would be earth, water, air and fire. I will be noting the different signs for the different tribes as I go along with it, and this will be for the sun, moon and rising for the different tribes. For me, for instance, I am a Pisces sun, Capricorn moon and Virgo rising, which means that I am the balance of water and earth. Okay, so that's what I mean when I say for the sun, moon and rising. And with the readings, I'm basically going to do a Celtic spread to see come. And once I Celtic spread, I'll also be pulling a message from the universe. I may clarify with some energy cards, and I will definitely be pulling romance cards. There are some additional support cards, angel cards, love and light cards, work your light cards, and stress cards. I will pull a card depending on what I feel is appropriate for the different tribe in terms of what they're going to require for their guidance. Now, lending itself to the work we're going to be doing today, we've got all 4 of the different, I guess, elements. We've got some earth, we've got fire. I'm going to light the candle with an we've got fire. I'm going to light the candle with an incense, so we do have air as well. And we've got water. I'm also going to be utilizing my chamomile so that I can project. So I will be taking some sip of my tea from time to time, okay? So we are going to just go into it, and you guys, definitely, if you like my vibe, if you like my technique, be sure to comment, like, share and subscribe. I will definitely be looking to build my congregation of life warriors. By that I mean living in full evolution warriors, because life is indeed a fight and struggle for the best version of self. So the way that I do my readings, I don't particularly take up my, I guess, insight as fortune telling. What I like to do is look at the energies and let you know how your mental state may be combating, I guess, the energies of what's going on astrologically and beyond, in terms of the energies. So, you know, my technique will be a little bit different. That's why I've got so much info to come for you guys, so do try and keep up. I will say that much. With the cards, they do fly because I'm very much, I guess, a vessel for spirit, so spirit's very playful with me, but I will keep up with you guys as they fly. I will be giving you insights. Okay, so we are going to go straight into the space. I'm going to anoint my hands with some oil that I made. This is neem oil. It has a ton of different healing benefits, anti-cancerous, so many anti-inflammatory benefits to it. This is also a fire candle, a water candle that I made. I'm trying to get you to see like the shells and stuff in there, but it is going to be lending itself to the magic that we're going to be calling forth for, you know, getting us some clarity in this space. And I am going to, if I can, you know, bring some insight for you guys by showing you the actual spread itself. Okay, so I will just firstly anoint my hands so that we can open the space. And I'm also going to do a prayer, guys, just to open and set the intention in the space. Okay, utilizing the intention to bring forth any guidance and utilize my arms and hands as a tool of divinity to bring forth insight and clarity. It is done, Ashe. Okay, guys. So we are going to get the space lit with some rose incense, because clearly that's what's decided to come to bring some insight to us. And if we don't know, rose is actually symbolic of fertility as a element. Okay, sorry. As an actual byproduct of nature. I was just seeing the magic that sort of lit in the space, so I was just a little bit taken aback. I'm sure you guys can see it for yourself and feel the space and the intention of all the amazing insight that's going to come. Ashe. Just going to cleanse the space, guys, for us. I'll also be continuing to cleanse the space as we go into the different readings for the different star signs. So let's get it cracking, okay? Because we are in Scorpio season, I will be kicking off the readings with the water tribe, and we'll see what insight is to come for our fellow water babies, or my fellow water babies, I should say. And we'll take it from there. If you guys, again, do like my style, you can definitely get a personal reading, because these are going to be general readings. So you can get your personal readings after seeing what's to be unfolding for your tribe. You can book that at my website. That's www.shakimabrown.com, and we can take it from there, guys. Okay, so I'm going to open the space with a prayer, and we can go straight into all the insight that is to come. Most righteous and divine spirit of being, we call forth spirits of the highest and purest of vibrations to lend themselves to the clarity that we seek, or the insight that we intend to gain from the closing out of the last cycle, moving into the new cycle. As this is a gateway and a portal open on this day, we ask that the beings that are ready, present, and willing to allow us to come into the best versions of ourselves provide us with the further clarity that we need to be able to embark on that path as divinely intended. It is done. Ashe. Thank you, guys. And as I called forth the beings, there was some vibrations in the space, so we know that they are now present and with us, and we will lead into the insight. Okay, so what is to come for my fellow water tribe spirit? Where are they, and what crosses them at this time? Where are they? Okay, so we're on the path of happiness. We're on the path of happiness within the home, within the family, and we've had to be extremely determined to get to this point. We've had to be extremely determined to get to the point where we're able to move away from the imbalances so that we can create balance for ourselves based on our own reflection and perspective. So great work, my water tribe. We are the beings of emotional alchemy, so I'm sure that the Venus retrograde has seen us move out and push out a lot of our baggage. Imbalance was what the Venus retrograde, was really sort of trying to get us to move away from, to stop being so controlling and domineering over the elements, over the external forces. What is to come for my water tribe? Where are they and what crosses them, spirit? Where are they and what crosses them? We are open to receiving any and all insight that is rightfully ours at this time. Where are my water tribe babies and what crosses them? As clearly as you can. As clearly as you can, spirit. We've had to do a lot of work, guys. So the guidance is taking a while to come through. Absolutely, I said we've had to do a lot of work. At this point, we're sort of like, not necessarily wounded warriors, but we have had to overcome a lot of the struggle. As the water sign, it's almost like we've had to really embark on the actions that have been invoked by the emotional purging. I believe that that's definitely what the Venus retrograde has brought forth for the water tribe, because now we are at the point where greed is what we're looking at, because we've purged, we're now looking at being a little bit more self-protected. We're looking at utilizing that self-protection for our own materialization, for our own manifesting. And right now, that wounded warrior is the path that we are crossing. So in order to be able to attain that self-protection, that wounded warrior had to be, you had to go through the things that led you to the point of where you are now, because here is where things is all about to change throughout the month of November. Okay, closing out the final cycles, I guess, of the year before the winter solstice. And this is an opportunity for renewal. This is an opportunity for spiritual rejuvenation for us, Water Tribe. Our well has been poured out and we are now being filled up. The burdens have seen to it that we are now at a point where we are avoiding responsibility, because we have been burnt out. We have been, taking on too much in the past, and now we are ready to protect ourselves with boundaries. The recent past holds for us, guys. Again, the recent past holds for us stress, burden, and releasing that and letting that go. In terms of our actions, we're no longer taking on people's responsibilities. We're no longer taking on people's struggles. We're now learning about the tool of self-protection through boundaries, and things will move very quickly forward for us by doing that. It will move beyond us being unconfident about what we're capable of doing, unconfident about our choices, about our mastery, about our magicianry. We'll be able to find that comfort within ourselves. Moving forward, we'll be able to become a little bit more selfish, to be fair, because it is required for us at this time. And we'll see what is to come in the near future. What is in the near future for my fellow Water Tribe Spirit? What do you see in the future for my fellow Water Tribe in the near future? Okay. In the near future, guys, there is lack of closure for us. There is lack of closure. I'm going to clarify that card with an energy card for us. So there's a lack of closure because higher powers are at work. There's a lack of closure in terms of our emotional baggage, in terms of our unrealistic perspective. The things that we have been stuck in the past about has continued and will continue to cause us to not be able to close that door as we need to. And right now, spirit, the higher powers, the higher realms of intuition is working and ensuring that the delays will pay off, because the lack of closure won't see to you being able to go into the next phase of yourself completely filled as one, as a whole. You kind of have to work out the space and complete the cycle that is effectively working itself out. So spirit's causing a lot of delays so that you can take the time to do that throughout November. November is going to be that month where we're able to just, seeing as we've purged throughout October, November is going to see to it that we're able to move beyond the emotions, so that now we can see a path beyond the things that we feel that we've lost. And it's interesting because we do have the morning full moon, if you will. It's the beaver's moon, but it can be perceived as the morning full moon as well. So this is definitely a time for us to let go and grieve the things that we've lost, I guess, throughout the year of retrogrades, because it has brought us clear perspective, clear perceptivity. That's the word that I want to use. It's brought us the opportunity to be able to be very direct about what it is that we want, because we've had to become very determined, and that's what's sitting in our subconscious mind at the minute. We are absolutely determined in the way that we do things, and we have mental clarity because of the higher power, because of the supernatural forces that are at work lending themselves to our creating at this time. And that determination in our subconscious mind is really asking us to be able to act upon the things that Spirit is calling forth for us to do. So as we see the signs, don't shy away from our power at this time, fellow water tribe, because that determination will pay off. It will blossom. It will be able to bear fruit. What is in the conscious mind for my water tribe, Spirit? What is in the conscious mind for us? We are unconfident. We are unsure of ourselves. There's been a fall from grace. Our ego has been wounded. Our ego has been wounded by the external realms. And it means that we now have, it's invoked some will in us. It's meant that now we are both wheels, or all four wheels, effectively on track for the vehicle that we're trying to move forward, because the inner magician is behind all of this. That inner self-mastery is behind all of this work, is behind all of this willpower, because that disappointment had to happen so that we can push forward in the external realms to be able to see our public recognition. That's what we're determined to achieve at this point. We're determined to achieve public recognition for all of who that we are. And going forward, the lack of closure will be because we've released other people's burdens, and they now have to pick up where we have left them in terms of enabling their vulturing, for lack of a better way of putting it, because that's the energy, that's the way that I'm seeing the energy. Because as a water sign, for people that don't want to deal with their emotions, you are where they will come to project and release. So now that you've released that and left that in the past, there will be lack of closure, not necessarily for you, but for them. You will be more focused and determined on getting all that it is that you desire for yourself in terms of your truth. And you are definitely, there's going to be a lot of action-based energy. There's going to be a lot of fire energy happening around about this time. So definitely, my water tribes, be sure to look out for those I guess fellow fire signs, because they are definitely going to be assisting you through this transition throughout November. So that would be the Sagittarius, the Leos, and the Aries of the fire tribe, who will be assisting you with invoking this willpower and bringing that into manifestation into the physical realm. Going forward, we're going to be embarking on a major arcana as well, guys. So it's going to be a massive shift in terms of where we're, I guess, left after this movement of our transition. What is the attitude of my water tribe at the minute, Spirit? Show me. What is the attitude for my water tribe at the minute? As clearly as you can, please. Okay. Couldn't come as one card, so that's why we needed some guidance. There's a lot going on for us in terms of our attitude, because, you know, admittedly, things are definitely moving at a rapid pace. So for us, there are delays. Our attitude is that we have gained emotional security from the delays, because it was overwhelming, and going forward, we are going to be more practical. Right now, we are very overwhelmed by the emotions of it all. And the delays will see to it that the practicality that we develop going forward, the delays were like a trigger for that to come into being, basically to spark it into life. And that is what's in our atmosphere at the minute, because that visionary that is within us isn't feeling like it can bring all that it desires to light, because there's blocked and stifled creativity. And that's why the delays are necessary, to gain some emotional clarity so that one can move forward. What is the atmosphere for my water tribe, Spirit? What is the atmosphere for my water tribe? As clearly as you can, please, Spirit. What is the atmosphere for my water tribe? Nope. As clearly as you can. Atmosphere for November for my water tribe. What is the atmosphere for November for my water tribe spirit? As clearly as you can. This is always going to be a tough one, I feel like, because we're so unclear from the emotional purging, and there's still a lot to be revealed throughout November. There's still a lot to be revealed throughout November. But ultimately, it is for the purpose of abundance. It is for the purpose of security, for financial security, for physical manifestation in this realm. Manifesting it into light or life, if you will. And wishes will be fulfilled. Wishes will be fulfilled over the broken homes. Wishes will be fulfilled over the broken homes where the free spirit felt like it was restricted, where the free spirit felt like it couldn't achieve all of the guidance that it was getting by way of downloads due to negative external forces, due to bad karma, if you will, is how it was projecting externally for the water tribe. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to get all my gatherings and bearings back together. And we'll go on to see what is the hopes and fears for us, water tribe. What is the hopes and fear for my water tribe? What is the hopes and fear for my water tribe throughout the month of November, spirit? What is the hopes and fear for my water tribe throughout the month of November? As clearly as you can, please. As clearly as you can, spirit. Hopes and fears for my water tribe. What do we need to know? I understand. It's a hope and a fear. There will be spiritual renewal. There will be a sense of serenity. That is the hope and fear. The hope is that there will be serenity. The hope is that there will be spiritual recovery after all of this. After all the delays, after all of the obstacles to the manifesting process. Because of, again, the blocked creativity, the stifled growth. It's almost like there was some difficulty and resistance to the transition as it was happening for us, but we get it. We finally get it now, I guess. What is the outcome? What is the outcome for my water tribe, spirit? What is the outcome for my water tribe? Okay, so the outcome, guys, is that there will be higher powers at work in terms of our communication, and our ego somewhat will be resting because we'll be reclaiming our power. Spirit will be reclaiming its power over the vessel, over the free spirit that wasn't able to be as free as it used to be. Spirit is reclaiming the vessel, guys. That is the outcome for November, my water tribe. Spirit shall reclaim the vessel. Now, let's have a look and see what is the clarifying situation for the lack of closure. Clarify the World card in reverse. Why is it here, and what is it here to guide us into knowing? It is here because we're going into the garden and the gate. We're going into our secret passage, our secret getaway, and the ego will be laid to rest at this time as we embark on the soul searching that is required, as we walk away from the things that no longer serves our true purpose and intention. That's me, guys. I'm getting a call. Don't worry. We'll soldier through. Clarify the World card in reverse. Clarify the World card in reverse. Oh. Nope. No. There's a lot to come from that, but we want to get it as clear as possible. Clarify the World card in reverse for my water tribe. Why is it here, and what do we need to know? Clarify the World card in reverse. Okay, it really was actually just a whole bunch of cards because we needed that. So the lack of closure means that we don't get to move forward. There is no adjacent possibility. We don't get to act as though our broken or imbalanced sacral chakra isn't happening. We now realize that it has been damaged by the past circumstances, and right now we are guided to speak that. We are guided to speak our truth. We are guided to project the I guess the darkness that has been casted upon us by the people's demons, and let them know exactly how that has damaged us, how that has impacted our space of creating. And going forward, we will need to be logical about how we approach the way that we voice and vocalize our truth, because it does subsequently have the opportunity to either trigger an evolution for someone else or trigger their demons. So we've got to be careful how we vocalize the situation. It can be a blossom situation or it can be a loss. It depends on how we tackle the situation. And that's why we are unable to move forward. That's why there is a lack of closure, because our sacral chakra is still in balance, and we are being guided at this time to speak its truth so that it can go through its process of healing once and for all. Okay? Now, message from the universe. What does my water tribe need to know for the month of November? What do they need to know at this time, Spirit? I witness the darkness and call on the light with my prayer. Thank you, universe, for guiding me to perceive this fear through the eyes of the teacher of love. And my capacity to tune into the energy of love gives me the words I need when I'm ready to speak up, the compassion I need when it's time to forgive, and the power I need when I'm lost. Okay, so what we are going to do is see what the ultimate guidance is for us, Water Tribe. What we need to know is that I create mindful moments throughout the day, reminding myself that I am love and miracles are natural. When I think I've surrendered, I surrender more. And that's really what the month of November is going to be bringing forth. The universe is going to be giving us opportunities to purge the I want to say demons, but the ego's perspective of itself so that it can evolve. My energy creates my reality. What I focus on is what I will manifest. And that is truly and ultimately what will be brought forth to light. Okay? So I'm going to pull a romance card for us, and that will be it. We will then pull a card to see how to work our light throughout the month of November, because that is what is divinely required at this time. That's what's coming through to me. So we'll see. Letting go of control issues so that new love can come into being is what is going to be, I guess, triggered throughout the energies, throughout the month of November for us. What is the divine guidance for my water tribe at this time, Spirit? What is the divine guidance for my water tribe at this time for the month of November? What do they need to know? We are healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. That's what we need to know at this time. We're purging the ancestral baggage. We are releasing the karmic debts that we have come here with, and that's going to draw new chemistry into this space. There's a strong magnetic attraction with the person that you are currently working through this space with, and it does have the potential to be true love. This is the romance of a lifetime, but you first have to reflect upon how you have been impacted by relationships growing up and what it means for you in terms of building relationships going forward. Okay? How can we work our light throughout the month of November for my fellow water tribe spirit? How do we work our light? Trust the niggle, guys. That feeling inside of you, it's happening for a reason. Trust the niggle and acknowledge what it is that you're trying to cling to as things are shifting out, because you are the ultimate light worker. You are the emotional alchemist, like I said. Again, the way to work your light is to share your voice. and know that you need to come out of the cage, or cave rather, because persecution is required so that you can express yourself and express your truth. And what you have gone through will allow for a transformation to happen at a cellular level, so that you can break the chain of your ancestral patterns, so that you can heal and rewrite the future for the generation to come beyond you. Okay, that is the divine guidance for my fellow water tribe, and it has been a great deal of insight, and I will send you guys anything that I have left in reserve for myself after working through my own ancestral baggage. And I'll see you on the flip side, guys. I'll see you on the flip side. Right, now we are going to go into fire, seeing as fire is going to be lending themselves so much to our evolution throughout November. We'll see what their guides have in mind for this, I guess, coming together. Okay. What is the guidance for my fire tribe throughout the month of November, Spirit? What do they need to know? You are the magician. You have attained self-mastery. And thus far, it seems as though it has limited harvest. But that is because there is an openness coming into the vision, and the limitations are being released and let go. Okay? This is to bring ultimate happiness beyond limited harvest, so it's not a temporary factor for fire sign going into, I guess, the 2019 scope. Where are my fire tribe and what crosses them, Spirit? Where are my fire tribe and what crosses them? Okay, so you guys, this was a very quick and easy insight for you guys. You guys are at the point where you are avoiding disaster because you have already moved beyond the tension. You have already moved beyond the conflict within yourself. That battle within yourself of who you truly are, down to through synchronistic measures, through synchronistic approach, through the universe working through your guides, and you navigating your avatar with the guides, to move beyond the tension. And it was inevitable for that to end because of the synchronicities that came into the process as you avoided those disasters, as you were able to navigate through the sudden changes that came upon you throughout, I guess, the month of October. There was a lot, I guess, that shifted for you guys throughout October. But you guys handled it all nonchalant, if you will. And that's because you knew that you were just going with the flow of things. You just allowed for spirit to utilize you, I guess. What is in the recent past for my fire tribe? What is in the recent past for my fire tribe, Spirit? Show me as clearly as you can, please. Okay. Victory. Public recognition is what's in the recent past for you guys. You guys have come to that point of realizing that you are all that you need, and you have definitely charged forward with the action to let the world see you as that light of yourself, as that light of your being. And you've done a lot of work throughout October. There's been a lot of mundane progress as far as making sure that the external world recognizes who you are, because that came from a place of doubt. There's victory that came from the doubt. That doubt triggered you doing the most. That doubt triggered you actually moving beyond your limitations, moving beyond your impracticalities. And you had to become a little bit more grounded and more down to earth in terms of that free spirit. That free spirit, I had to find some balance between the things that it was thinking and the ideas and ideals that it had, and finding the equal balance to be able to navigate through the lack of progress to the manifesting aspect of it all. Okay, but the past has seen to it that your ego was stroked throughout October, because there's so much that you've accomplished, and you might need to even take a minute to just sit back and look at it all, is what I'd say. To appreciate it all, to reflect on it all, because you've come a long way. What is in the near future for my fire tribe, Spirit? What does my fire tribe need to know for the November month of their near future? As clearly as you can, please, Spirit. As clearly as you can. What does my fire tribe need to know? Okay. There's a lot going on for you guys. But ultimately, it is for the inevitable endings to the delays. Right now, you can be optimistic about the emotional insecurity that you do have going forward. You can be optimistic about it because you are releasing your self-imposed restrictions. You are releasing your limitations on yourself. And those are the things that you need to be optimistic about, because that emotional insecurity will be met by manipulation. It will be met by manipulating the physical realms of things, the physical realm of manifestation, the physical realm to bring some abundance into your life. Because you're at that point where you have found who you are to establish that inner being externally into the realm of the 3D. And that will bring with it a family. That may be a soul family, it may be a full-blown family. But there is a family that is coming together in the month of September, in the month of November. Sorry guys, for I guess the shifting of the energies. And that's down to the higher powers at work. That's down to the intuition. And in the subconscious mind right now, you are hard at work. You're like the apprentice. You are definitely working with the earthly realm, but you're utilizing your intuition to do so. You're utilizing your intuition to navigate through the hasty decisions that you're making. You know why you're making those decisions, and that's all that counts. That's all that matters. Because that apprentice that's actually hard at work in your subconscious mind is working along with the higher powers. So don't question it too much. Just know that the story is not over yet, and all that you have at the minute is only a part of the story. Absolutely. Know that you're going to be challenging the status quo. You're going to be challenging your conformed perspective of yourself to go beyond that, to go beyond that tension within yourself, so that you can become one within that home, within yourself, and you can call that forth into your external realm. I'm going to grab the cards because you saw that they flew all over the place, guys. All over the place. But we're going to see what's in the conscious mind. What is in the conscious mind for my fire tribe? What's in the conscious mind for my fire tribe? What is in the conscious mind for my fire tribe? What is in the conscious mind for my fire tribe? As clearly as you can, Spirit. For the month of November, what is in the conscious mind for my fire tribe? As clearly as you can, please, Spirit. Okay, we have guidance, guys. I'm going to grab it. In the conscious mind is the Hermit. In the conscious mind, your soul is now navigating externally into the conscious realm. And as I saw that, it was almost like a baby that's just got its eyes open in the amniotic sac, and it's just looking, and it's just burst open. And now there is mental clarity because you are soul searching into the external realm. You know who you are, and you are now putting that individual out into the external realms in November through mental clarity, through clear and concise communication. You are going to be bringing forth that warrior so that they can recognize you. Well done. Well done. I see why you're going to be doing work with us, my fellow fire tribe. I see why. What is in the attitude of my fire tribe for November? What is in the attitude of the fire tribe for November, Spirit? The attitude for you guys, this is all about transformation within the home. This is all about transformation of the cycles within the home, of the cycles and patterns within the home. Transformation of the, I guess, resilience. The resilience is what's brought transformation in the home. That's why that's the attitude, because you've really had to work hard to get this done. You've really had to work hard through your communication to get this done. And going forward, your emotions will be impacted by that, absolutely. And I get that, again, because we've got cups coming. So the atmosphere for you guys, let's see. The atmosphere for the fire tribe. You guys will be working through the illusions of financial and spiritual poverty. And you'll be challenging, like I said, you'll be challenging the status quo. You'll be challenging your conformed perspective of yourself. And there will be the opportunity for you to plan ahead. There will be the opportunity for you to see beyond the things that you fear, for you to see beyond the unknown. There will be, hello, I am reading for the fire tribe. So this is for the Aries, Sagittarius, and Leos. You guys are moving beyond right now. Actually, in the present moment, what I will say to you guys is know that you're constantly challenging your conformed perspective of yourself throughout the month of November. And that's because it wasn't in alignment with you. It's almost like the external world was sucking the light out of all that you were trying to create. I did water sign. Pisces was the first, and we're actually going to be working a lot with the fire energy throughout November. So this is why I'm doing the fire tribe next, so that I can see how we're going to be interacting with them. I am a fellow Piscean myself, so we are just going to be seeing the work we're going to be doing together. But absolutely. And the insight for you guys going forward is that the atmosphere will allow for us to be able to plan ahead. And this is why you'll be working with us, guys, because us water tribe as well are going to be, we've done a lot of the work to release a lot of our ancestral patterns and baggage throughout October ourselves. And that's why we've fallen into alignment, I guess, because in the hopes and fears for you guys, it's so that you will be hoping that you're getting away with something. It's hoping that you'll be sort of a little bit more, I guess, clear in the perspective. You're hoping that you'll be able to move forward with clarity, with organized perspective, with clear intellect, with truth. You want to be able to be direct. And that's what the hopes and fears of the situation is. You feel as though maybe you've taken all that you can from the past, and going forward, I think Spirit agrees, going forward, it's a case of you being able to live in that transformation as it takes place, to live in that evolution as it forces you to be truthful, as it forces you to be honest with yourself as well as the external world. Okay? Because in the conscious mind, we have the hermit, guys. So it's definitely a case of your soul being outright in the, I guess, external 3D realm and just merging with what's going on. Merging with what you've already created through your ego. Let's see what the outcome is for you guys. What is the outcome for my fire tribe? What is the outcome for my fire tribe for the month of November, Spirit? What is the outcome? As clearly as you can. We are open to receiving. Any and all guidance that is rightfully ours at this time. There we go. The outcome is that there will be confusion because this is a rebirth. You aren't doing the things that you did before. You aren't doing things in the same likeness. You aren't doing things in the same patterns. You are freeing yourself from the cycles and burdens of the past, I guess, projections of your old self. This is a rebirth for you, and it will be confusing because it's new territory. You've never embarked on this chapter before, and it will feel different. It will cause you temporary depression. It will cause you to feel temporarily isolated because it's something that almost feels alien, and it's supposed to. It's a transformation. You've shifted from where you were, and you're now coming into who you wanted to be. And as that shift happens, it's going to take some adjusting. So allow for the rebirth to just take you to where you wanted to be taken before the shift started to take place. We're going to look and see what the universe is going to be doing in terms of the energies for you guys throughout November. And we'll take it from there. What is the universal guidance for my fire tribe throughout November, Spirit? I honor how I want to feel. That is what the universe advises for you to do. Understand that my happiness is a direct reflection of my level of faith in the universe. And if you allow for that faith, because faith vibrates on such a frequency, it can create miracles. If you allow that faith to permeate externally into the universe, what the universe is saying that you'll be able to see come to light is that by setting your intentions in the past and putting your hope for miracles out there, you'll be able to sit in the month of November and realize that when I lean on faith of the universe, peace becomes real. And going forward in November, you'll be able to say, thank you, universe, for helping me see beyond the limits of fear. Thank you for expanding my perceptions so that I can see what is of the highest good. And you'll be able to come as the cycles of the moon passes in phases. You'll be able to understand, much like Luna does, that I find a deeper meaning and personal growth amid the discomfort. And when that discomfort sort of rises to the surface, understand that the key to prayer is to forget what you think you need. And the universe will come in and take you where the energies are already guiding you. Okay? What I'm going to do for you is, I don't feel like I need to clarify anything in terms of the energies. It's very clear in terms of what's happening for you. So I'm going to do a romance card and pull a stress relief card for you guys, because you guys are going to be doing the work throughout the month of November. So what does my fire tribe need to know for the month of November, Spirit? What does my fire tribe need to know? You guys are going to be working on some inner child healing throughout the month of November, and this will be impacting your relationships to come, because this is what's going to call in your true soulmate, not the broken parts of yourself calling in someone to show you more about how broken you are, but someone that is healed within themselves as well, or at least on the path of seeking their own healing, because that's what you're looking for in order to call in your soulmate. What does my fire tribe need to know for the month of November, Spirit? What do they need to know for the month of November? As clearly as you can, please. What does my fire tribe need to know for the month of November about their romance? As clearly as you can. As clearly as you can. We are open to receiving any and all guidance that is rightfully ours. Calm. Any and all guidance. There's a lot going on for you guys. You guys are very confused. You guys are very confused. Your energy is all over the place in your romance at the minute. Okay, so right now, there is, in the past, there has been someone that stirred your romantic feelings. So there's a new love taking shape for your romance. And right now, there is a separation. There's a separation from the old ways of doing things, the old ways of doing relationships, because you are now forgiving and learning from the past, and you are separating from the old cycles because of this new love that is worth you actually going deeper beyond the surface of your ancestral patterns, beyond the surface of how you, okay, well, I think right now what's going on for you guys is that this is an opportunity for you guys to be able to bring something new into the space, for you guys to be able to birth something new into light. Don't give up. What I will say is that she needs to be willing to do the work herself as well, but I get the sense that you guys are emotionally enmeshed with each other. So I don't think that this is the end of you guys' work together. I still feel like there's a soul tie there. But I do believe that you definitely need to give her the space to work through this, because she's relieving some ancestral karma right now. And the separation that you guys are going through is necessary so that she can learn how they did things, so that she doesn't necessarily have to continue that cycle in the space for you guys as well. Much like for yourself as well, I'll say that much, because this is all about you guys healing family issues and healing the patterns of the family cycle so that you guys can bring something new into light. Do you know what? I was going to read a stress card for you guys, but instead I'm going to do, that's okay, I'm going to do an angel card for you guys instead, because I feel like the angels are going to be lending themselves to the fire tribe, definitely. The Arcanian realm is going to be working very closely with you guys. What they want you to know in terms of everything is that it's not the right time. All hasn't been revealed as yet. Don't make any sudden decisions. The decisions doesn't have to be final. Right now there is abundance, okay? And abundance is different because it doesn't come with any limitations on time. It just continues to unfold of more and more to be thankful for because of all the blessings that comes with it. What is the divine guidance for my fire tribe? For my fire tribe, all you need to know is that it's up to you. The angels want you to know that all you need to do is trust that they are with you, trust that they are guiding you, and every action that you take is divinely guided by their, I guess, clarity that they bring into the world that you are creating, especially now that your soul has emerged into the external realm. Okay? I hope that was good for you guys. I will say to you that hope is the trigger of all the blessings that's coming into the space for you guys. So that's what you're going to need to hold on to throughout the month of November as your transition sort of happens, as we close out, I guess, the final retrograde of the year. So don't be deterred by all the challenges that comes with the rebirth. Just know that you have it within you and believe in yourself. Okay? Right, I'm going to move on to, I want to say, the air tribe. We'll see what's going on with air tribe for the, I guess, the rest of November. I'm going to do for some reason, I'm guided to do frankincense for my air tribe. So clearly they are needing a cleanse at the minute. So I'm going to get some frankincense going for you guys, just to re-cleanse and bless the space as well, because we've had a couple of readings and I know that both the fire tribe and water tribe are going to be doing the most for the month of November. So we'll cleanse the space and reboot the project. All right, guys. Now, what is the guidance for my air tribe throughout the month of November, Spirit? What do they need to know? Again, you guys are working on self-mastery to become more practical. You guys are becoming more practical in terms of the way that you manifest, in terms of how you see abundance and what abundance looks like to and for you. Right. Okay. Air tribe, the month of November brings you abundance through practicality, through some down-to-earth grounding. You guys are going to be doing some external reflecting, looking at how you manifest. And that's going to be happening because there's been a lack of progress, and that lack of progress is bringing a lot of clarity for you. It's bringing a lot of mental clarity that's going to be able to see you communicate accordingly, because you'll be emotionally secure. That lack of progress brought emotional security. So don't be too vicious with yourself about the timing. The delays were necessary. What crosses my air tribe at this time, Spirit? Depression. You guys are completely anxious to the point that you are tormented by the lack of progress. You are tormented, and it's causing a lack of closure for you guys. You guys are unable to move forward because of your beliefs. What I would say is maybe work at becoming a little bit more open to receiving, because if you are wanting all of these things but you already want, okay, so I'll put it to you like this, right? You're like, give it to me, I want the answers, but you already have an answer that you have in mind. And for that, Spirit can't give you anything new, because it has to fit within the limitations of the answer that you already have in mind. So if you put that answer to the side and allow for yourself to be completely open as a vessel, and ask for that guidance as to why the lack of progress is happening. What purpose does this serve for my growth, for my creating, for my evolution? That's where you'll be able to get clarity on the lack of closure. That's where you'll be able to get some clarity on the beliefs that are holding you back. What is in the recent past for my air tribe, Spirit? What is in the recent past for my air tribe for the month of November? As clearly as you can. What is in the recent past? Okay. For you guys, in the recent past, there has been abundance, but the delays in the present moments were caused because there was a requirement for mental clarity. There was a requirement for communication that wasn't too clear, for truth, for honesty. And going forward, you know, it meant that there will be some isolation, because there is an ongoing work that's happening over the broken homes, over the imbalanced root chakras, basically. That's the best way that I can put it. Because that's why, even though the abundance was there, it's almost like you couldn't see it, because there was an imbalance in the foundation. There was an imbalance in the beliefs. Going forward, I'll put it as it appeared. You guys will be challenging the status quo. So you will be challenging again as well your conformed perspective. You will be challenging your external realms in terms of how things are manifesting for you, how you believe that you want to have them manifest and be brought to light. You're going to be touching in on your stifled creativity. So you're going to be, you know, looking back at the root chakra. I'd say do some root chakra work, because it's going to help you to navigate through the sacral chakra activation that's going to be coming. And it will make the sacral chakra even brighter as it goes through the transformation, which is ironic because that's the card that's just popped out. Because what's happening in your subconscious mind is that the shadows, your shadow self, is what's causing your stifled creativity. But that is about to be transformed, and there will be a rebirth for you beyond your latent talents, beyond your talents laying dormant. Okay, you're going to bring that true self to light. You're going to bring that inner magician into light and move beyond perfectionism. But you will be hard at work. You will be definitely taking the work very seriously, because the stifled creativity is really, it's affected you a lot more than you know. The shadows have impacted you a lot more than you know. And now you're going to get an opportunity to move beyond your stifled creativity. And let's see what's in the conscious realms creating at this time for us. What's in the conscious mind for my air tribe? What's in the conscious mind for my air tribe? As clearly as you can, Spirit. What's in the conscious mind? You guys have a lot going on, Air Tribe, but I understand communication is you guys' thing, so there's a lot for you guys to unravel. Okay. So in the conscious mind, because you guys have so much going on, there will be some mental restlessness because you're concerned about your happiness. You're concerned about what that looks like. And you feel yourself releasing the anxiety, but the fear of the unknown still stands present for you. But in the present moment, all you need to know is that balance is happening in your external realm because you are forgiving. You are removing any residue of past resentments from your vessel at this present time throughout the month of November. And going forward, it means that your partnerships, your relationships will be deeply contemplated. You'll be able to reevaluate them, and not from a passive perspective, but you'll be restlessly thinking about it because you now know that you don't have to be held down by the past anymore. And you don't have to be stuck in the past anymore, because of that perfectionism that you thought that the situation needed to look like. You're finally just ready to accept it as it is, I guess. What is the attitude for my air tribe throughout the month of November, Spirit? The attitude is that you guys will be emotionally insecure. You guys will be emotionally immature as this shift is happening, as the self-mastery is happening. It's almost like you guys are going to be trying to hold on to it and cling very tightly. What is the attitude, for my air tribe? What is the attitude for my air tribe throughout the month of November, Spirit? What is the attitude as clearly as you can? What is the attitude for my air tribe as clearly as you can? What is the attitude? No. Sorry, guys. You guys aren't sure what you feel. That's why Spirit's having difficulty as well, relaying the information back. Very confused. You guys are very confused, but I can understand because you guys are really right now working at being, because there was a lot of selfishness in the past. Now you're moving forward into being able to be open to that family, being able to be open to that alignment of your true values, beyond manipulation, beyond your latent talents, beyond, you're becoming a little bit more solid in the foundations of your talents, in the foundations of your family reflection of yourself and how you see yourself within a family dynamic. I guess there's been a lot of selfishness for a lot of my air tribe in the past. I guess family has really taken a lot of your talents, energy, and I guess depleted a lot of your energy as well. But now you're ready to just regain who you are and utilize that to navigate going forward. Okay, so absolutely. In the atmosphere, it will be broken homes is what's going to be looked at throughout the month of November. The unstable homes and unstable foundations are going to be looked at in terms of how they're harvested, and there will be some good karma to bring some balance into that space for you guys. What is the hopes and fears for my air tribe? What is the hopes and fears for my air tribe, Spirit? What is okay? The hopes and fears is that your wishes will be fulfilled. The hopes and fears is that even if your wishes are fulfilled, how does that bring balance to the space? What does that balance look like? Will it bring you emotional security? I understand why it is indeed a hope and a fear. What is the outcome? What is the outcome for my air tribe, Spirit? Okay. So you guys, as far as the outcome, will be... I'm going to need to lay the cards because there's so much going on for you guys here. You guys will be building a solid foundation in terms of the physical manifested realm, and you'll be contemplating it, and being willing to embark on new chapters, new beginnings constantly throughout the process, throughout the month of November. And what that means is that there can be an expansion to the vision. There can be an expansion because you will constantly be prepared to walk away from the things that don't serve you throughout the month of November, the emotional baggage that doesn't serve you, so that you can bring balance to that, so that you can restore it and bring some self-protection for yourself, so that other people's issues no longer have to impact your creating. Okay, let's see what is the energies for November. What is the energies for November for my air tribe? Sorry. What is the energies? When I accept the love of the universe as my primary teacher, I will always be guided back to the light. Oneness is my true nature, is what you need to realize and affirm to yourself until you believe it, basically, is what I'll say to you. Because there's a issue with faith. The vibration of faith, there's still limitations placed upon it. Even though you're saying you have faith, you're still having faith within the confined limitations of what that faith can bring. But faith creates miracles. What you need to realize is that the universe has my back, and by understanding that it has your back, you'll be able to become one, and realize that the oneness is your true nature. And looking at what the universe is saying for the month of November, you will come to realize that by your past circumstances, your outer experience are a reflection of my internal condition. I witness the darkness and call on the light with my prayer. Thank you, universe, for guiding me to perceive this fear through the eyes of the teacher of love. And in the present moment, all you need to know is that there is a stream of love supporting my dreams, and my vibes speak louder than my words. And going forward throughout the month of November, the energies of the universe will be guiding you to know that I always trust the direction of the universe and know I'm being guided. And when you do that, you become one, and still with all that's already being created for you. Okay, let's see, what is the divine guidance for my air tribe over their romance for the month of November, Spirit? What is the divine guidance for my air tribe? Just flirt with your romantic feelings. Don't take things too seriously in terms of your romance, guys. It's not as serious as it appears. Right now, you are going to be healing family issues. And as you heal those issues, you're going to need to flirt. You're going to need to extend your light-hearted energy to others, so that those issues don't necessarily have to be projected onto them, but instead you're able to express your love rather than project your darkness. And that will allow for you to call in your soulmate. And for those of you that are currently in a relationship, you'll be doing the work just the same. It simply means that there will be a shift in the relationship. For those of you that are single, you'll be able to call in your soulmate by going through the process of healing the family cycles and patterns at this time. Okay? What is the divine guidance for my air tribe? You guys are going to get the love and light card. What is the divine guidance for my air tribe throughout the month of November, Spirit? Release your cares to God and know that with God, all things are possible. Okay? What is the divine guidance for my air tribe, Spirit? With God, all things are possible. Know and acknowledge God's truth. It's time to be adventurous and play. Don't take it too seriously, guys. The scripture for you guys, as far as affirmations throughout the month of November, when you find it a little bit difficult as you purge through the emotions, the scripture for you is Matthew 17, verse 20. If you had faith, even as small as a mustard seed, you could say to this mountain, move from here to there, and it would move. And by going into understanding, I guess, the realms of your ability to create. That's what the month of November is going to really invoke in your space as far as self-realizations for you, my fellow air tribe. Okay, I say fellow to all these things because I'm a reflection of all of these things. We all have every single element in our chart, more than likely, some more than others, which means that we express the energies differently. I'll be able to obviously go deeper into this stuff, guys. My info is going to be coming to you guys a lot sooner than I anticipated. So hold your horses. Now, we are going to go into the final, now that we've released your stuff. I don't know if you guys saw that, but the smoke came through to let us know that the space has been cleared for you guys to be able to embark on that path. So now we're going to look and see what's going on for the Earth tribe. What's going to be happening for my Earth tribe throughout the month of November, Spirit? Where are they and what crosses them? Mental clarity. Mental clarity over the fear of the unknown, over the lack of progress. What is going to be happening for my Earth tribe? Okay, there's going to be some fall from grace. There's going to be some ego death for you guys throughout the month of November. So be mindful when the ego, as the ego shifts and transitions, it's never an easy or I guess smooth situation or transition. So just be mindful that the fear of the unknown is completely natural as the shift takes place, but the ego doesn't know necessarily all that spirit has in mind for it. It only is able to perceive as spirit gives it the opportunity to be able to do so. Okay? Ultimately, what will happen for you guys is that by surrendering, you will be able to achieve your victory. Your ego will be able to feel stroked. You will be able to move forward in terms of the actions that will see a new beginning for you beyond your emotional contemplation, beyond your emotional evaluation. And that evaluation was definitely worth it. It was needed as well. So you will be getting victory over your shadows, because the past self has seen a lot of sorrow, and the future self is going to be rebirthing that sorrow. Rebirthing that sorrow through mental restlessness, through mental curiosity, because there's a lot of baggage that you guys are carrying. And I know for the the earth signs, it's always difficult for you guys to go through the transitions because you guys are used to having that fixed, your fixed energy. But what I will say is that right now in your subconscious mind, it's all about the conformed beliefs. It's all about the conformed beliefs, surrendering to spirit, surrendering to the true nature of who you are, because it is at an imbalance to the true nature of who you are as a spirit having a human experience. But there will be renewal, there will be hope, there will be serenity for you spiritually by walking this path with spirit through the month of November. What is in the conscious mind for my earth tribe? What is in the conscious mind? Okay. So in your conscious mind, there is balance for you guys. Balance has come because of mental clarity, and you are communicating through that clarity. You are communicating to bring a new world, to harvest something new in your space externally. And that emotional security will mean that you will be a lot more efficient because of the isolation. There will be some isolation for you in the month of November, because you'll be going through your transformation of your stifled creativity, of your stifled growth, of your resistance to the change that's happening because of the baggage that you're continuing to carry. I think for you guys, I'm going to do a stress card, clearly, because you guys are going to be dealing with some stuff throughout the month of November. Yeah, you guys are going to be dealing with some stuff. The attitude for you guys is that there's a misalignment of the values because you're stuck in the past. And it's going to affect and impact the space that you're trying to create going forward. So Spirit's saying, no, no, no. You can't take that with you. It is not required. It is not needed. And Spirit is making sure that there are delays until you are completely free from the baggage and burden of that. Until you are no longer at that point where you are prepared to be an emotional vampire, an energetic vampire, an energetic vulture of others, because you are unstable with change. And you become irrational with it as well. Okay. What is the atmosphere for my Earth Tribe, Spirit? What is the atmosphere for my Earth Tribe? Oh God, you guys are going to be dealing with a lot. Okay, so the atmosphere overall for you guys is that there will be synchronicities. Okay, there will be synchronicities over the perfectionist approach, over the challenges. You know, the challenges, there'll be challenges to your perfectionism, basically. Why earth signs have an issue working with Spirit is because Spirit can change at any minute, and you guys don't like that. And I get that, because you guys need that earth, you need that landing under your feet to feel secure, and I get that. But the reality is, it doesn't exist. It's an illusion. And once we realize that it was never there in the first place, then we'll realize that we've been taking leaps all along. And you'll be able to utilize this synchronistic, I guess, trigger for your rebirth to allow you to come into the true light of who you are, beyond the perfection of what you think that you should be. Okay, I'm going to grab the cards that's fallen out. I'm not going to look at them because they're not relevant to what we have closing out the space. So we're going to just continue with the hopes and fears for my Earth Tribe. What is the hopes and fears for my Earth Tribe? What is the hopes and fear for my Earth Tribe, Spirit? What is the hopes and fear? As clearly as you can for the month of November. Okay, guys. So the hopes and fear is that the emotional security will allow that free spirit to reign free. And in the present moments, it's almost like you're holding back because you feel like you need to be practical, because you feel like you need to be grounded. But that will be shifted. There will be delays because it needs to go in a different direction. What you think is grounding, what you think is you being down to earth, is actually you standing in Spirit's way. But Spirit is going to guide you back to that happiness nonetheless. It's going to guide you back to that harmony. And it's going to see to it that there is establishments within your home, that there is the opportunity for you to be recognized in the external realm for all your practicality, for that free spirit to be able to be actualized by you being practical, by you taking a efficient approach to the situation. What is the outcome for my Earth Tribe for the month of November? What is the outcome for the Earth Tribe for the month of November? What do you see, Spirit? Okay. So, the outcome for you guys is that there will be anxiety that will be very deeply contemplated. You'll be restfully contemplating it. You'll almost be passive to the anxiety so that you can remove yourself from it and become an observer of the experience. And that learning from that perspective is what will bring you self-sufficiency. And going forward, the insight that you will receive from becoming an observer of your experience will make you more determined It will make you more determined to move forward a lot quicker into those new beginnings that Spirit's trying to evoke in the space for you. Okay? We'll have a look at what the universe is going to be bringing to light. So, what is the universal guidance for my Earth tribe throughout the month of November, Spirit? What is universal guidance? Energy flows where my intention goes. And you realize that hope is a conduit for miracles. Hope is what it's going to take for your energy to flow into the direction of the things that you want to bring into light. You can't say that you want it and then stand in your way with fear. You know, hope is the only thing that's going to bring it through to you, my Earth tribe. Right, so the guidance for you is knowing that instead of praying for an outcome, I pray for the highest good for all. And just know that the universe has my back. Throughout the month of November, there is a stream of love supporting my dreams. And it will bring you what is rightfully yours because of that fact. Always and forever. Let's grab a romance card for you guys and see what's going on romantically for you guys. What is the divine guidance for my Earth tribe for the month of November, Spirit? There is unrequited love energy working its way out so that weddings and new commitments can come into being for you romantically. So don't fight the shift, guys. The old you is dying and the new you is being, I guess, in its cocoon at the minute. It's attracting what it wants, what it really desires. So right now you're attracting romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. And that will bring a reconciliation through chemistry, a reconciliation through calling in that energy that supports your healing, that supports the nurturing of your evolution of self. And no more beating yourself up romantically by creating from toxic patterns in your romance. Oh, wow, the universe was hiding something, actually. What you need to realize in terms of the energies of the universe is that when you lean on faith of the universe, peace becomes real. So just lean on faith. We'll see what the stress cards advise for you. What is the advice for my Earth tribe throughout the month of November? Feel your body, guys. Feel your body and go back to you. This is what's going to bring you back to yourself. Break a routine so that you can become a little bit less rigid in your patterns. The Feel Your Body card, I'm going to read this in terms of relieving your stress throughout the month of November. Close your eyes and feel your body. Just feel it. Don't do anything special. Concentrate on different parts of your body. The soles of your feet, your thighs, your stomach, diaphragm, lungs, back, neck, head. Give each part of your body attention as you stop there. Use 5 to 10 minutes of your whole body, for your whole body, When you pay attention to yourself and the feelings in your body, it's a bit like giving water to a flower. When you listen to the needs of your body, you can respond to them easier. Okay? I'm going to leave that with you guys. Thank you guys for joining me. I hope that has brought you all the insight and clarity that you need to work your love, light, magic, and activate your inner self and mastery throughout the month of November. We are in the final portal of the beginning of November. On the 6th of November is the date that I'm doing this, and I wanted to be able to do this for you guys to make sure that I can bring as much insight into the space. And if that was good for you guys, like I say, I don't do fortune telling. I'm simply here to let you guys know what I see in terms of the energies and how to work your intentions throughout what is to come. And if that works for you, be sure to comment, like, share, and subscribe. And if you would like to go deeper into understanding how you are personally going to be impacted by the energies, then definitely be sure to book yourself a reading on my website. That's www.shakimabrown.com, and you'll be able to just have a look at my different services. I do mentorship as well. I do shadow working, which is really how I like to actually do readings, so that we can actually do the work with our guides as they continue to be our support in navigating us into the very best versions of ourselves. Okay? Happy intention setting, good luck in working your magic, and ashe, my beauties. Mwah. I will catch you guys for the next one.